Roll or coaster. It's a roller coaster. Just when you climb slowly to the top with excruciating graunching, you poise precariously for a delicious moment on the top of the world, then plunge down into stomach lurching droppiness to the downhill cavalcade and roll to the coast where the salty wavelets slap the shore, and in your memory you're poised at that precipice and everything stands still in a cinematic way. The seagulls wheeling, the kelp and the seaweed baking on the shore in the distance, the cloudlets freeze-framed in the summer sky, the smell of cotton candy, pink and toothsome, the hot dog mustard drop poised on the edge of the bun, ready to fall, the high-pitched children's screeches, the muffled boombox music, and the future is limitless or the end is nigh. Water, sand, ripple, wave, net. Let me take the net in both hands like Peter in the Bible and sweep it through the sea in the late afternoon sun, glinting golden on the water surface, and see what lands in it. Sometimes shrimp, sometimes shell, sometimes discarded particles from larger creatures like krill from whales, predigested and regurgitated into God's great nature plan. Once there was a body discarded in Galilee, killed or transpired of the canker. You never know if there will be food or detritus. It's the casting. It's all in the casting. Yeah. Little fishy, dart through the shallows, silver sleek, eyes on the side of your head, your every move's oblique. Your ambition to stay alive, act meek, your blood is cold but still it's red, dart through the shallows, silver sleek. It's freedom and movement you seek, you're light as a feather, heavy as lead, your every move's oblique. Predators out there, it's you they seek, the whole world wants you dead, dart through the shallows, silver sleek. You move around in your school, your clique, but each fish for herself, you said, your every move's oblique. You try to survive and not be weak, dream of glory, take existence instead. Dart through the shallows, silver sleek, your every move oblique. I'm originally from Australia, you might be able to tell from my accent, but I live here in Oakland, California. I'm a Bay Area person now, but I wrote a poem, Australian themed. We are water. We Australians live on a massive island continent, clustered up in seaside cities dotted around the coast, as if afraid of our interior. We plunge ourselves in the ocean to cool down. We swim in beaches and dip in pools. We are amphibious children, sun-freckled and salty. We are sweaty and water-dropped, surfing, boogie boarding, skiing, life-saving, routinely crushed by killer waves, yet getting back up, weak-kneed and laughing. We float and paddle, buoyant, uplifted by bodies of water, weightless. Yeah. This is a New York poem about, so the Hudson River's in it. That's water. I know it's kind of dirty and full of lead and polluted and it's got dead bodies in it, but it's still water.
It's an issue. It's a thing.
Minor detail.
Yeah, the city of ghosts and mist. The ghosts, including the storefront reflection of yourself being your own grandmother in the 1930s, but in the 1990s, the Bloomingdale effect. And the other one that sometimes follows you around. The mist that rolls in from the sea like sea fog, or is it fog? The peculiar atmosphere containing aerosolized particles, making visibility, if not difficult, then at least hazy. The haze that covers everything like mist, see above entry. The sidewalks and streets on the diagonal or laid out like a chessboard, avenues numbered, streets named like trees, willow, oak, sapling, root. The concrete, the communist, brutalist grey of it, poured and set in blocks, the material of oppression and institution, the macadam and asphalt of it. The glass, metal, rubber and wires, mechanical and reflective, elastic and monumental, everything is made of stuff. The speed, the traffic on Fifth Avenue, the subway, the rush hour, the honking. The hurtling masses flinging themselves like lemmings down the stairs to the subway, or up the stairs to the museums, or through the doors to the 50% off sale. The brass revolving doors of it. The city. They call it New York, but there's nothing new about it. It's really, really old. Yeah. Thank you. Underwater. I always thought of this huge spherical planet as made up of land and sea, but in fact the land and sea are contiguous, all being part of the same thing, and as well as a huge land mass of troughs and valleys and mountains, with the troughs filled with water, it is at the same time a huge watery sea, where at some places the seabed rises up and pokes out through the surface of the sea, and we think of that as land, whereas in fact it is just exposed ocean bed. And this is most easy to think of as Hawaii, where the 5 islands are just the tips of underwater volcanoes surrounded as it is by the Pacific Ocean. And by extrapolation, the whole world is just a series of big Hawaiis. And just when we think we're standing on dry land, we're actually standing on exposed ocean bed, with the waters anytime liable to raise up and engulf the land and cause us to adapt and grow tails and fins and learn to breathe underwater through our gills like a form of reverse evolution, much as a baby swims in its mother's womb, comfortably floating in an amniotic sea of unbroken waters contained within the mothers of this world. Thank you.